Welcome back to another video. It is a different time, the same day, and a different project as the last one. All right. This one, we're knocking out the headache rack. The whole video is gonna be a headache rack, but I have a treat for you guys that I wanna show you before we get to it, all right? This is the truck that I sold to my pops to build the wrecker, which is now his 68 F100. It's got 360, I believe, inside the, yeah, 360, we didn't bore it out. Inside the engine bay, it's cammed, it sounds amazing. It's got a massive cow plower on the front, and fun fact, I actually hit a Kia with that front bumper. We were going down a back road, cruising down, a couple car lengths in front of her. She hit the brakes because of some kind of an animal, I believe. I saw a little flash across her headlights. And I had, at the time, one working brake. I didn't know I had one working brake, but I only had one. And that would be the driver front wheel. And that front wheel locked up, and I slid right into the back of her, put a nice little cross her tailgate, and then she hopped the train tracks and took off on me. So I didn't really care. That bumper on that truck weighs 70 pounds. So did not hurt that thing at all. Fresh coat of black paint. Good to go. But anyhow, we're knocking out the headache rack. This whole video is locked in on that. It's probably gonna take me about a week and a half. By the time this is done, I'll probably be asleep, but it's gonna be done. All right, this is my favorite part. I do tube work. I've done a ton of tube work in the past, a ton of roll cages, ton of bash bars, ton of crazy stuff. I have tools to do tube work. I do not have tools to do plate work, and all we've been doing is plate work. So it's time to get down to what I truly enjoy, which is tube work. And this headache rack is going to be amazing. A ton of time lapse is gonna be in this video. So grab yourself a snack, a drink, a beer, whatever you gotta do. Put this on while you're playing games in the back or doing dishes or whatever you're doing, because it's about to be a whole lot of just tube work. All right, so we have a problem here. My main squeeze, my mill vise, would not come out. It would go in, but it wouldn't come out. So I've got the whole thing disassembled, and I'm thinking the chunks of plate underneath the slide plate might be part of the issue. We have made some serious progress on the headache rack. It's not done yet, but I kind of wanted to just stop here and show you guys what we got going on. It's been a minute, haven't talked in a while. Let's get into it. So we have the stanchions coming down from the headache rack to the shock tower, and the resis are mounted. Both of them are very beautiful. Obviously the boxes are in, you saw that. We've got the winch tucked away nice and neat, just like we wanted her. Keep in mind, this guy here is still gonna go up like right there. That's kind of what I'm starting on next. But yeah, I just want to show you guys what's going on here. we've got a winch clevis, chain clevis on top. So there'll be a bolt here, and then if we need to pick the boom up, we'll have slack chain, wrap it around the clevis. If we need to extend it, we can do an eyelet to the clevis and get more length to either lower or raise the boom. But it will have bolts going through like right here. There'll be a plate on the bottom, bolt going through to offer just a static, consistent boom height. Yeah, we got the X in. Might throw a second X in, but it's not interfering with the winch line. It can still come straight up, not interfering at all. Might throw a second X from the corner here down to the corner over here, and then the corner up here to that corner down there. But we'll see about that. More than likely will happen, but we'll see. But yeah, nothing too crazy. She's looking a little spicy. I didn't go as wide as I thought I was gonna go, so I have about an inch hanging over still, an inch and a half or so. I followed the window line right here instead of following the body line. I feel like the window line was a little bit better, so that's the direction that we took. Window line, nice and tucked in. Body line, not so much, but that's okay. I'm gonna shave those off. I'm gonna shave this guy off right here, cut that away, and then we'll cap the end of that. We also gotta cap these guys as well. So I want to stop you guys here for a second and show you guys how I got that little winch chingus you just saw me put in level. And I shouldn't say level, it's in its correct home to be welded in place, but it is not by any means level. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna give you the knowns first. There's two knowns, three knowns actually. We know that the cab is level with the ground, with earth, because we leveled out with the body pucks. We also know that these two guys are level with the rake of the truck, because the truck is raked up a little bit too high right now, and those are in sync with that. We also know that the winch has to come out from here and go out here, okay? So to level the truck left and right, or passenger and driver, I used the bottom window line. The bottom window line is perfectly level from factory, I would hope. So the bottom of the winch chingus will perfectly line up with the bottom of that window. You can kind of see it kind of disappears, right? Which is also the second aspect, is the right height to use out the winch hole. So it knocked two birds out with one stone. Now, to get it level forwards and backwards, we used this guy. So what you're looking at here, you want the top of this tube on the outside to disappear behind this tube right here, the two corners. So you're looking at corner, corner disappearing, you're looking at the top, the backside, disappearing from each corner congruently. And if you bring her down here, it does. So it's perfectly level with the headache rack itself. Okay, I have it set a little bit too high, which you can see here. Like if I put, let me go on this side. If I put this doohickey, which will go right here, it sits a little, like not barely high, but that's okay. It's not gonna hurt anyone or anything. So, but yeah, that's how we got this guy level, because as you saw me tack it, there was nothing there, but it's on this piece of flat stock, just kind of sitting here. And then to get it like this way level, like the winch chingus sitting, I just kind of eyeballed it, and that doesn't really matter that much, but it is another beautiful day in the shop. It's like 3 weeks from when this video started, but the headache rack is for the most part done. I was gonna add a second X from this corner down to there, and then from that corner down to here, just like this one back here is, but I don't think that I need it. So I was also gonna add gussets from here down to here, but I realized that my winches are going to be right here. So I have to have this space open for now before I can block all that in. So I'm going to finish some stuff on the back, like this little bit of plate work right here that I never did do. And then I need to remove that tube, and I want to get the boxes actually mounted. So there's a couple more things to get done on this, but for the most part the headache rack is done until further notice, until we start playing with it and figuring out, hey, we got to add things here because it's not working. So yeah, someone just blew a tire. That's exactly what that was. Or someone just got shot. Nope. Tire. You hear that? Semi-tire just went. I live right next to the freeway, so. So as you saw, I drilled holes, welded these nuts in, and then put the bolts in. And I definitely did not snap this bolt in that hole. I totally did. So that sucks. I think that I got some weld inside the threads. Like I went a little too far over, and just kind of melted some threads in. And because of that, I put the nut in, or the bolt in, and I think it just got tight. Well, it did get tight, and I committed to it, and I broke the bolt. So I'm gonna have to re-drill that one and move it back over. But anyhow, we're locked in. This one makes noises, which is gross. But this side, less gross. Locked in completely, no movement at all. We've got a bolt in the back that's on the frame slider, and then here and here. And the reason why I welded drill holes and then welded nuts in is so that way the slider could be flat on the bottom. So there's not just a random nut hanging or a bolt hanging through the bottom of it, because then there's no point in the slider if it's just gonna have random objects hanging out the bottom. But this is gonna be it for this one. We've got, oh, I did make some progress on this puppy. So we've got the plate in here. I haven't welded this yet, obviously, because you will see that weld, just like you do here. And my lens on my my helmet, which I cannot find, oh, it's right here, is cooked. So I lost the, or I ran out of screens to go on the front, so I just took the screens out and I started using it. I was like, oh, I'll just be gentle and be careful, and then I ended up just destroying the black lens. So I bought a new helmet, so I'm gonna wait to weld those, which will be in here in like a couple days. But the next step is the boom. So we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. The boom is going to be super technical, has a ton of moving parts to it. Well, not really, but it has a ton of factors involved. And it's gonna be quite the build, but we're making progress. She's looking good. I've got the boxes half installed, sadly. So yeah, making progress. But thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. This one, the headache rack, was supposed to have more in it, but I realized that I need to have the boom in, and I can't just start landing tubes places and not have like the winches there and the boom there, and because then I'm gonna block myself in and it's gonna get real frustrating. So I'm just gonna wait. So a little bit less than I wanted to do on the headache rack right now, but I'll probably add more later on. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. The next one will have the boom. It'll be like this.